And on to football. Dustin, what's your playoff picture looking like?
I think this year, like, as far as I'll start with the AFC. As far as the AFC goes, it's what everybody thought it was gonna be. I mean, Patriots Steelers. But I think the matchups, the wild card matchups this year in the AFC, it does make it a little interesting. I wouldn't say that it's such a sure thing, but I'm still gonna put down that that's gonna be the AFC Championship game this year. Is the Patriots Steelers again? All right, but the wild card games for them is the Titans versus the Chiefs. Okay, so that's the 4-5 game. So the winner of that is gonna play the Patriots. Okay. And the 3-6 game is the Jags-Bills, and they'll end up playing the Steelers. Okay, and if you guys don't know, or if you're not a big fan of football, earlier in the season, we'll start off with the Jags-Bills game. The Jags manhandled the Steelers. I mean, that defense caused them some issues in a game where Ben Roethlisberger threw 5 interceptions. He threw 5 interceptions. That's a young and hungry defense, guys. Ramsey is a beast. All right, he's probably the most athletic cornerback in the league, probably the cockiest. I'll give him that. But as a whole, the defense, it's young, it's hungry. Okay, Ben gets hit. I know he plays better than he gets hit, but he's old. And you never know what's going to happen. They've already beaten them. But not to get too ahead of myself, if you go on the other game, the Chiefs versus Titans, the Chiefs have already beaten the Patriots too. And it was the first game of the year, right?
Yeah.
Week 1? Yeah,
different team.
Kareem Hunt.
You're right, it is a different team. Everyone's Kansas City at the beginning of the year, they had high expectations for them. They came out 4-0.
Yeah.
I think they went.
Came out 4-0. Kareem Hunt was on his BS. Ever since then, I mean, he's been good. He's been a good first option running back, but not like he was in those first 4 games.
Slightly above average.
And everybody knows a New England team in September is nothing compared to a New England team in January. I mean, you look at New England's defense in September, they're the worst defense in the league.
Yeah.
You look at them now they're a top 10 defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if Bill Belichick told the defense, hey, if you don't start playing good, I'm trading you to the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what happened. But I think like I said, I think the Chiefs are going to get the best of the Titans. The Titans aren't good. Right, I don't know how they made playoffs. I can think of the Ravens were better and the Chargers were better. They're not good teams. Mariota throws more interceptions than he does touchdowns.
Yes, he does.
Okay, he's injury prone. He can't even run downfield without getting hurt. So I think the Chiefs are going to get the best of the Titans, and the Jags are going to get the best of the Bills. One thing that's helping the Bills, though, is apparently, I don't know if you guys saw, but Shady McCoy got hurt in his last game, and he looked like being in a lot of pain, but I guess he could play this week still. They said it's not going to be 100%, but that day...
Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
For real, because they made the playoffs in, 15 years?
Exactly.
It's their only hope of winning.
17 years?
It's their only hope of winning.
But, so if Shady's available, I mean, they might be able to keep it close with the Jags, but I think the Jags' defense is too much. Blake Bortles isn't Blake Bortles this year, so I think it's going to be Jags, Steelers, Chiefs, Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to get the best of the Chiefs, and I do think the Steelers are going to get the best of the Jags, but it's going to be an interesting game. Okay, because I don't know where Ben's head is with that game. He threw 5 picks last game. After the game, he was saying, you know what, maybe it's time for me to retire. He literally said that. He said, I don't know if I'm going to play next year.
And it looked like he felt uncomfortable because usually he's doing the raping.
Yeah, no, for real. But if we move on to the NFC, we got the Falcons, Rams, and the Panthers, Saints. I think the interesting matchup here is the Panthers, Saints. Okay? That's an interesting matchup here. That's going to be a good game. I think the Saints won both times, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Saints won both times. They got 2 good young running backs. Two good young running backs. Drew Brees looks great. The defense isn't mediocre for once. It's actually not a bad defense. And, if you can make Cam Newton stay in the pocket and throw some passes, he struggles.
Cam Newton's not that
Cam
good.
Newton's fucking awful.
He's not fucking awful. We'll stop there.
He's overrated.
He's terrible. Cam Newton's terrible.
And between the Rams and the Falcons, okay?
The Rams, we all know.
I think the Rams are going to win. Todd Gurley is, not getting enough noise for it, should be an early MVP candidate.
Beast.
The early MVP candidate. He carries his team. Jared Goff's hungry. Sean McVay, great coach, great young team. I think the young of that team is going to help. Plus the Falcons, they don't want to go back to the Super Bowl. They might as well knock on the first round.
They fucking want to go back. They want old man Jenkins again.
Oh, they do. So I'm thinking it's going to be... I think the Saints are going to get the best of the Panthers. If they can keep Cam Newton in the pocket, they'll be fine. So it'll be Saints, Vikings. On the other side, it's going to be Rams, Eagles. All right, this is where it gets interesting, okay? The 1 seed and the 2 seed in the NFL are on backup quarterbacks. backup quarterbacks. I know the Eagles cannot be comfortable with Nick Foles in the playoffs right now. And Case Keenum, he's been a starting quarterback for the majority of the season, so they might be feeling a little more comfortable. But with that being said, I'm going to go with the Saints over the Vikings. Okay, the Saints over the Vikings.
Ballsy call.
Easy
All right?
call.
And I'm going to go with the Rams over the Eagles. I'm thinking
Agreed.
the first and second
Stop
seed
it.
don't even get there. Quarterbacks are the most important position in sports. Okay, they're on backup quarterback.
Nick Foles isn't a scrum.
I'm not. He's not. That's true. That's not. But they're changing their entire offense. It's just
Yeah.
unrealistic to think that they're going to win that game.
Yeah,
To me.
I agree.
So
I agree.
what we're looking at here is Saints-Rams. I think Drew Brees, he's that far in the playoffs. He's a seasoned vet. The maturity of that team, they're going to get him to the Super Bowl this year.
He turns up.
So for my predictions, Saints-Patriots, old man quarterback game. That's all I got for you.
No winner of the fucking playoffs.
Who's gonna win it?
I'm not that far yet.
Come on.
Okay.
You know who I think's going to win? Tom Brady's going to fucking Super Bowl.
yeah.
Don't even ask me a fucking question.
Hey, I got you. I got it. Okay.
He's got
So, I'm gonna start out with the left side of my bracket, whichever fucking division that is. I don't fuck conference rather.
It's
So
just-
yeah,
it's
Kansas
AFC.
City's gonna walk over the Titans. I got that. You know, the Bills. Hey, congratulations to all my Bills Mafia fans out there.
Shout out to Ryan Mensch.
Shout out to Ryan Mensch. He's
It's
a
been a
real
long
one.
time coming.
He's a real one. I'm so happy for you
What
guys.
about Cassidy Schultz?
Better luck. Who? Who?
Cash Schultz.
Who? Sounds like a girl.
Do you guys see
thing.
that the Bengals are sending the Bills are sending the Bengals like wings? for
Oh
winning
yeah,
that
for
game?
the games. That's funny.
But,
But anyway,
I won't
no.
fucking talk about that. Like,
The Jags,
over
the
it,
Jags are gonna beat the Bills. Their defense is superb. I will say this though, for the Jags Steelers, yes, the Jags got the best of them last time, but I think it is silly to assume that Ben Roethlisberger will have another horrible game like that again. I also don't think doesn't sound likely to me. But I will say, I do have the Steelers win this game. However, Juju needs to still be hot like he's eating up right now. If he stays hot going into the playoffs and going into that, they should be fine. The success of that game runs on
Soft.
him. LB gonna do his thing. You know, everyone's gonna be fine. But I think he is like the key component in
Juju.
that. Yeah, I do think so.
Juju
He's a
Schultz.
rook.
You think
He
he's the
ain't
key
playing like
component?
one.
Gigi Schultz.
He's a bad man, Dustin. He's our age. Isn't he? He's in like, yeah,
He's younger than us.
He's
He's 19.
He's not younger than us.
He's 19.
He's just.
Or is he 20?
He's definitely not
He's
19.
ninth fucking team.
He's not 19.
Why can't you?
Dumb fuck.
Because he had to go.
First off,
You have to go to college.
First
Those
off,
who
you
don't
can't-
know, Down syndrome. Anyway, so Kansas City
don't know
will,
that
of
either.
course, be beat by the Pats. They're not getting the best of them twice this year. Kansas City's not the same Kansas City we saw at the beginning of the season. The Patriots and the Steelers here. Again, unless Juju has an amazing game, it'll, of course, be Tom Brady back in the Super Bowl. On the other side, Panthers and the Saints. I think Cam Newton has not been playing well lately. I'm going to have to go with the Saints as well. Saints and the Eagles. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I know it's their backup quarterback, and definitely obviously they're hurting from that. But for whatever reason, they still look pretty good to me. But I'll talk about them more in a second. Lower than that, of course, we have the Hawks and the Rams. I think the Rams are going to go past the Hawks.
oh my
Wait, what
god,
the
y'all
fuck?
are haters. You
Yeah,
guys
no,
just.
Hey,
The Hawks?
at least
No faith. No faith in this team.
The Falcons.
I'm sorry.
You got the best wide receiver in the league on your team.
I even wrote the Falcons. I don't know why I said
Down
it.
syndrome.
Mediocre quarterback.
Down
Sorry,
syndrome.
you can tell what sport I watch. Anyway, but yeah, the Rams will be winning that game. I think Jared Goff has been playing great this year, and I think he's a real deal. I also have the Rams winning against the Vikings. And then the Rams be playing the Eagles, and I had the Rams going to the Super Bowl. I do. However,
Wow.
However,
Man's not hot.
they're going to lose to the Patriots pretty single-handedly, I believe. They're gonna get a little bit embarrassed. But everyone's gonna be saying, "Wow, Jared Goff did this. Wow, Todd Gurley did this. Wow, they're great. They're a great young new coach that did a great job." However, no, they're gonna lose this to the Patriots bad. I believe they got there.
What do you think about the Patriots-Steelers game?
All right, I said the Patriots. For that.
Yeah, what do you think about it? Close game?
No, actually, I don't. I think because of how the last game was, and the Steelers and they were in such like a close game that the Steelers maybe should have won. Whatever the call. I think this time it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah.
I think in sports there's always a storyline, and to me the storyline for this is it should be another great game. Patriots are gonna win by at least 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
So you got for us, Chief?
Trash.
Kansas City.
Good, Davey.
Next.
All right. Yeah, I pretty much got the run of the mill here. Just kidding. I think the Titans are actually going to beat the Chiefs. Call
That's
blasphemous.
hot. That's
Call
hot.
blasphemous.
Retard alert.
That's hot.
As we all know, the game's on Mariota, but I don't know. I always kind of liked his play. I mean, I know he's a little bit of a turnover machine at times, but he's still a dual threat quarterback. I think he can get the job done. And I'm gonna pick the Titans in an upset, and then when it comes down to the Falcons and the Rams, I have the Rams as well. I just don't. I mean, the Falcons have not been playing that good this year. I mean, they got a little bit going at the end here, but they're really not that good of a football team, to be honest with you.
Yeah. You just
And the Bills and the Jags, taking the Jags in that one. And the Saints and Panthers, I'm also taking the Saints like the rest of the homeboys here. I'll fuck this up here. I have the Patriots winning theirs, of course. Wait. Yeah. I have the Titans and the Patriots, picking the Patriots. The Rams against Philadelphia, I'm taking the Rams again. Jags and Steelers, I'm actually going to take the Jags, to be honest with you. And I am going to take the Vikings over the Saints. I mean, I really like Kamara, and I really like the way Breeze has been playing all season. The Vikings got a real good defense. I mean, their offense has kind of stepped it up this year compared to last year and the year before. And we got the Jags and the Patriots. I'm taking the Jags over the Patriots. Getting a little ballsy with it here. You can laugh what you want. Hey, we'll see what happens. It's a little bit of a wild card call.
You're going to beat the Steelers and the Patriots?
All right. Go watch some football and then get back to me, James.
Anyways.
That's fucking the Jags going to the Super Bowl.
I do have the Jags going to Super Bowl, yeah.
Blake Bortles.
Blake fucking Bortles.
Is going to play in a
Listen.
Super Bowl.
I'm not talking Blake Bortles. Leonard Fournette and Ramsey. I mean, you guys overlooked.
Today's point, this is a defense-centered league.
It is a defense.
Oh, wait, it's fucking not. All the good head coaches are offensive-minded.
Defense wins championships,
Yes,
Dan.
defense.
It does win.
Except for last year's
You
championship.
gotta get there
Except for
first.
last year's-
Tom Brady wins championships.
Ain't got to.
Really?
Listen,
Refs,
what won the
kickers,
Patriots the game
and
last year?
defense wins Tom Brady championship.
Ghosts.
What won the Patriots the game last year?
Julian Edelman.
Not letting the Falcons score at all in the second half.
What won them?
That's what won them that
What
game.
won them is the
right,
quarterback
Dave,
of the
continue.
Falcons
I'm
going
working
back
on it.
to a sub-B quarterback. That's what happened, but go ahead.
Listen,
All right, so you guys can get that out of your systems. I have the Jags over the Patriots. Call it blasphemy.
Retard alert.
Yeah, okay. And then I have the Vikings and the Rams. I'm taking the Vikings on that. So it's a Vikings-Jaguars Super Bowl.
I don't even know if I'll watch that. I don't think I will.
It's a
Oh, so you got Minnesota playing at home.
yeah. The entire league's
What's
getting
that?
put on its head.
That's
Vikings and
I don't know
Jags
if
in the
it
Super
ever
Bowl. I'm
happened.
taking the Jags winning it all this year.
All right.
That's just their
The
year.
Jags are beating them in their home house.
Damn fucking right there.
What the fuck?
Here is a realistic.
Thank you, Walker.
All right.
All right. The Bills, Jags. I got the Jags. The Jags defense is too good, and
Yep.
even if LaShawn McCoy does play in this game, he's not going to be 100% healthy, and they're going to eat him alive. The Titans, Chiefs. Titans are too young, and you can't trust Mariota. We've all said it. He turns the ball over like crazy, and at the same time, you can't trust Alex Smith quite, but I'll trust him a little bit more than
He's a
Mariota.
king manager.
You got the Falcons, Rams. I got Rams with 2 words only. Todd Gurley. Panthers, Saints. I had the Saints because Cam Newton is one of the most inconsistent quarterbacks I think this league has ever seen, and the Saints already beat him twice this season. So now we're gonna get to the Steelers versus the Jags. I have the Steelers. All right, I am a Steelers fan. I know what happened last time against the Jags, but Big Ben is a veteran quarterback, and he knows how to bounce back from bad games against previous teams. He's going to go for 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. And keep in mind...
Oh, you're giving us stats, too. Okay, I like it.
Keep in mind, Le'Veon Bell had a 4-game suspension.
Le'Veon?
You know what week the Steelers-Jags played? Week 5. First game back Le'Veon had in 4 missed seasons.
It's
Four,
tough to-
4 missed weeks.
that's
You know,
tough to
he had,
No preseason.
no preseason either. So he had 15 carries for 47 yards. Don't expect that to happen again. I expect close to
They'll
20.
contain him a little
Yeah,
bit.
20 touches for about a little less than 100.
I just found 100, yeah.
But that's not counting his receiving yards also. But then we got in the NFC, we got the Eagles. Where are we? Oh, we finished the AFC. We got the Patriots versus the Chiefs. I have the Patriots. Two names actually, Brady and Belichick. They're gonna eat Alex Smith and Andy Reid, I believe his name is, former Eagles coach.
They're gonna eat
They're gonna eat him alive.
Yeah.
Booty hole.
Eat his ass.
And then we have the Eagles and the Saints. I have the Saints because the Eagles' defense is very inconsistent in the last 4 weeks. And Nick Foles, I don't think he's a big-time player.
Nope.
Right now, he wasn't in the beginning of the
He
year.
had one good year.
He helped out.
He's not a scrub, but he's not a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's not a Super
I
Bowl.
know.
I think the
playoff
Saints are going to
quarterback. No.
contain him, and Drew Brees, he's godly. And then you got Minnesota and the Rams. The storyline would tell you that Minnesota will win this game, and then they would go on and make the Super Bowl, play at home. But I have the Rams in a very close game. Minnesota is actually going to turn the ball over on the final drive to win the game.
Oh, that's
They're going to throw an interception or fumble the ball on their final drive. They're not even going to get the game-winning field goal, game-winning touchdown. I have the Steelers versus Patriots in AFC Championship. I'm a Steelers fan. It hurts to say this, but the Patriots are going to win this. It's going to be closer than Jansen thinks because we played a close game with the Patriots without Antonio Brown for 3/4 of the game. So I think he's going to have a good enough impact to keep the game close. But Brady, Belichick, and Gronk will just win this game. The Steelers have no answer for Gronk. He's just a freak of an animal. And Brady's going to dissect the defense if the Steelers fucking play zone like they every year they do. They're fucking retarded. But then we have the Saints.
They didn't really play zone.
No, they figured out, but then they went on a zone, and then that's when they beat us. But then we have the Saints versus the Rams. I have the Rams for one reason only. The Saints, they're the 16th best run defense in the league, which means how many
Mediocre.
teams are in the NFL?
32.
32. So they're half. I think Todd Gurley is going to have a monster game receiving and rushing, and he's going to carry the Rams to the Super Bowl. So I have the Patriots and the Rams in the Super Bowl, and Brady's just going to pick apart this young Rams defense.
I think this is the first year in a while, actually, that I can see almost most of the teams in the playoffs. I think all of them could be contenders. I don't think the Titans and Chiefs are, obviously. Don't really think the Bills are. I mean, the Panthers kind of have a wild card expectation with me, and
Honestly, everybody in the NFC has a chance of making it to the Super Bowl for them.
I think this is going to be a good playoff year for the NFL, which they need because the commissioner has absolutely destroyed the league.
Hey, since we're on the subject, though, guys, of the NFL, I do want to update, kind of talk about it in some of our last segments that we filmed earlier. I did end up winning fantasy football. Thank you, Gronk, for coming through for me.
Bum.
And thank you, Le'Veon Bell.
Bum.
Also, I'm giving a very early prediction for the 2019 champion. That's going to be the Houston Texans.
Sean Watson.
All right.
No, I'm just giving you that from data here I looked up. In 2010, the New Orleans Saints won a Super Bowl. And why is that, Dustin?
Hurricane Katrina.
Because 5 years after a hurricane,
you
your
like
team
the
wins.
story.
5 years after a hurricane, your team wins the Super Bowl. This is how it is. So
It's all rigged anyways, so.
Deshaun Watson is a bad man.
Well, y'all are fucking stupid. All right. My playoffs gonna be a little different than all yours.
The Falcons win.
First of all, we can all agree Tennessee not gonna touch Kansas City. Marcus Mariota's not gonna be able to throw it all. Derrick Henry's gonna get shut down. Darren McFadden, right? He's gonna get shut down. They aren't gonna do shit against Kansas City. Blowout victory. They go on to play New England. Same way with Buffalo, Jacksonville. Jacksonville slaughters Buffalo. Maybe they might not score a lot of points, but Buffalo's going to get shut out. If anything, maybe score a touchdown.
No Shady, especially no Shady.
Especially with no Shady. They're not scoring a single point. So that already takes us to
Field goal.
Kansas City, New England, and Pittsburgh versus Jacksonville. Easy got New England beating Kansas City. I just don't think they're the same team. I think Tom Brady's playing on the next level right now. Don't think that anybody can touch him.
Go.
Really.
Go.
No. Stop this. Pittsburgh, Jacksonville. What do we have here? I think we have a loss for Pittsburgh.
Oh.
I'm taking Jacksonville to head right on to that AFC championship. Don't think that they can compete with that
Steelers
with
gonna
that
blow a
backfield.
28-3
That defensive
lead.
backfield. What? What about a
heard me.
28-3 lead?
You heard
All
me.
right. Ben Rapisberger won't be able to beat that defense. He's going to throw another 5 interceptions.
You can't beat the defense like he beat the case, can you? I don't think so.
Can't pay off a defense.
He does it appropriately.
We have New England versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville's going to the Super Bowl, baby. Jacksonville's going to shut down Tom Brady.
That's what I'm saying.
Defense wins championship.
That's what I'm saying.
I've said it over and over and over again.
You sound stupid.
Listen, who just predicted Georgia winning? Baker Mayfield ain't shit. I'm
Baker
just saying, I'm
Mayfield
good at
had
predictions.
a good game.
Baker.
Baker
So we
Mayfield.
got Jacksonville over there in the Super Bowl already. And Carolina, New Orleans, I think the New Orleans is going to win this game easy. Cam Newton is trash unless he can run.
Agreed.
Drew Brees has been playing on the next level. They got 2 running backs that you can't trust either one to not go out for a route or run the ball. Atlanta and Los Angeles. Wild card pick. Atlanta's winning this game.
You are so biased it hurts.
Listen.
You are so biased that it
I know
hurts.
I'm biased. I don't even
It's
care anymore.
disgusting.
I don't even care
They
anymore.
could barely beat the
disgusting. What?
Panthers, and Cam Newton played the worst game of his career.
Listen, the Rams have played one very, very close game with the 49ers and got blown out. I know it was the last game of the season, probably not really trying
Steelers
too
played a
hard.
close game with
But
the fucking Browns. It
They
doesn't
played
really
a very, very close game with the 49ers before Jimmy Garoppolo, which is embarrassing. I think if
What
you
week
find
was
a
that?
way to shut down Todd Gurley,
What week was that game?
it was early in the season.
Oh, okay.
It was early.
Okay.
But I'll give you that. I'll give
it
you
was
that.
real early.
It was early. It was early.
Yeah, Kansas City beat
Do you think
Tom Brady.
Atlanta has a good run defense?
I think they have great pass rushers as long as they're on their game.
Atlanta's
So
Vic Beasley-
Oh.
Vic Beasley has the potential to be the best pass rusher in the league again. I don't know what he's doing. He's not playing like him. But
That
if he
wins
can
Super Bowls.
find
That
himself,
wins Super Bowls.
if he can find himself in this game, if that whole defensive line can win
All right.
against their offensive line and get to Todd Gurley, Jared Goff, he's going to get sacked. He's going to have pressure. He's not going to be able to throw the ball properly. Todd Gurley's not going to get to rush if they can get back there. I think Atlanta does that, pulls out this victory, and goes on to play Philly. So, Minnesota versus New Orleans, I think Saints easily win that game. I don't even think that the Vikings have a chance just because
Just cause.
Case Keenum, ticking time bomb. He ain't even worth a shit.
He's been good this season.
He's hit or miss.
He's been good this season.
No.
Have a
He's
strong
too
defense.
young. He's too young.
So who's winning Super Bowl 10? Come on.
Yeah, I want to hear you say it.
I just want to hear it.
I do want
No,
to.
you're going to
Oh,
be
okay.
surprised by who wins the Super Bowl.
All right.
Damn,
That's all I want to hear. All right. I'm happy now.
So Saints move on to the NFC Championship. Philly and Atlanta. I don't think Philly's the same team without Carson Wentz.
completely different team.
No.
They're completely
He's
different
lying
team.
to you when he's saying they're running the same offense. He's lying.
They're not. Carson Wentz is way more versatile than Nick Foles could ever wish to be. Nick Foles is a pocket passer through and through. I don't think that's the way their team is built. I think that
I
their
think they're
team
down
is
on
built
themselves,
on
too.
having like an Aaron Rodgers type kind of quarterback. They're not good without Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is their team. So, with Atlanta going on to the NFC Championship to face the New Orleans Saints, it does kill me to say that I believe Drew Brees and the Saints are going to pull this out. I don't think that the Falcons' defense will be able to stop them. I think that Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram are too good. Drew Brees is way too veteran of a quarterback. I think that's an easy win for them. R.I.P. to Matty Ice and Julio Jones, maybe next year. So with the Jaguars and Saints Super Bowl, Drew Brees, I love you. You're a great guy. But Jalen Ramsey and that D-back core, way too good. Way too good for Drew Brees. Jaguars are winning the Super Bowl this year, baby. The Jaguars are winning the Super Bowl.
Who let this man on the show?
Blake Bortles is hit or miss, but I'm a believer he's a big player. And he's going to make a
They were
big-time
thinking
play.
about
And-
dropping him at the
But
beginning of the season.
here he is.
He didn't even know if he was going to have a job.
Here he is. Here he is in the playoffs, right? Right? He's in the
Barely.
playoffs.
Barely.
It don't matter. It don't matter. He's in the playoffs. He found a way to do it. Wild card teams have won Super Bowls before. What about the Ravens the year Ray Lewis was going to retire?
Fixed.
From a wild card straight to the Super Bowl. Won. Against
Everyone knows the Ravens.
Nobody
are
thought they were gonna
December,
win.
They started playing
And they
shitty
win.
after that.
But Jaguars win the Super Bowl.
Really calmed down.
Fuck Tom Brady. He ain't the GOAT. Fuck all your opinions. That's all I got to say. Blake Bortles all the way, baby.